So we got a little bit of rain on the windshield already, just leaving the house here. I expect it probably ain't going to get any better for us, but we're going to push on anyway and keep our fingers crossed and hope we can work today, but I don't know. We'll see. So we got light rain, light snow. The state trucks are already out putting chemical and salt down on the highways because just west of here out into Kansas, I think they're really getting it right now, and they've been getting it for a while, and it's pushing this way. We're going to try to work. I'm getting ready to load this bad boy up. We're going to try to work, move some logs this morning on this other job. Dad seems to think we can get them out, no problems down there. He's already got them cut, so we'll see if we can just get them out with the skid steer here. And then, depending on what the weather's doing, I'm going to try to take this up to where we were yesterday and unload it. I don't know that I'll move those logs around today. I might try. It just depends on what it's doing, how much weather we've got, and what the weather's doing at the time. So, it's cold, wind's blowing. Of course, you can see I'm bundled up. This beard does not keep you any warmer at all. That's a lie. We'll kick these ramps down. We'll get this guy loaded up, get the attachments on. We're ready to get out of here. One thing that's always kind of bugged me about the 333 here is it's only got one light on the backside. I wish we had at least two work lights, if not a few more. I like lighting in every direction, especially when I'm working at night. Now, it was an option for I forget what the option was called, but you can see how there's two lights, one on the corner on each side. That was actually an option that I did get ordered, or had special ordered when I picked this machine up. I try to get them fully loaded and optioned out, same with my trucks, and order a new truck. I like every available option. One, because, well, I like all the nice creature comforts and stuff and all the gadgets and gizmos, but two, it seems like when you go to resell something, everybody wants that stuff that's loaded up. So it just helps your resell out that much more too. We got the ramps down. I've got one little piece of wood up here I'm going to bring down to one of these burn piles real quick. Then we'll start putting the attachments on. I just seen Dad drive by. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going, but I've got a pretty good idea. It's always great. Just like that. Look up here in our camera, kind of, that's about where we need to be. Maybe come back a little bit. Yes, indeed, the old girl has a drinking problem. Now, the reason we're using the skid steer is because it is raining, but even though it's pretty dry here, there's some water standing out here in places. This ground in here just stays wet. And over here along the creek, this little higher ground, so it's a little firmer, but you get off the creek, it kind of gets a little lower. That's where it stays wet. Water's standing right now, so instead of dragging the skidder over here and making some ruts, what we're going to do is I'm going to pack these walnut out tree length. And I'm not going to just do one at a time either. We're going to take 2 and 3 of these trees at a time, because the deer can do it. There's 2 on here. You can see we're quite a ways out there on both sides. Get these off the ground a little bit so I can see where I'm going. Now, when you run with your load a little higher up in the air, you kind of run the risk of being a little top heavy or tipping. That's why one of the reasons I like to run the weight kits on the back is I like all the counterweight I can get. Because honestly, these machines, I've said this before, but these machines will pick up so much more than they probably need to pick up. And me, being like any other good red-blooded American man, I like to see what it's capable of. If it's going to do it, I'm probably going to do it. If it's got the ability to pick it up, whether I should or shouldn't, I'm probably still going to do it. We're pretty long, but we can put her in the high gear. Now, had there been a bunch of trees over here, there's a good chance we would have brought the skidder. But I think there's only like, I don't know, 16 or 17 trees. And we needed to move the skid steer anyway, and the skid steer was closer than the skidder. And the skid steer is going right to where we took the skidder yesterday, when it's done here today. So it just made sense, and you can see here what I'm talking about when I say wet ground. So I could even pack those logs through this little area with the skid steer and still not worry about getting stuck. Where with the skidder, we would really have to stay clear of stuff like that. Some of these trees along this creek ain't cutting too good. We've had that problem on this creek all summer and fall, it seems like. About some places these things are just kind of sour. You know, we probably took at least 6 foot off this, and it's still cut a little bad right there. Like on these trees, what we're doing, his dad will mark them, and I'll buck up behind him. That way I can pack them out. Man, guys, I'll be honest, I didn't put my chaps on, which is unusual. Even when I'm in the skid steer. Usually anytime I'm doing anything, I've got my hard hat on and my chaps on. And it just gets to be where it's I'm comfortable in them. I feel out of place when I'm not wearing them. Like I said, I'm the last person to ever knock someone. If you don't want to wear that stuff, don't wear it. I'm not the safety police. It's personal choice. That's why it's called personal protection equipment. I know a lot of guys that don't wear them, my dad included. My dad's been logging for 60 years here in a couple months. He's never wore a hard hat, never wore chaps. Wears leather gloves, and that's it. It's just that generation of men. That's how they grew up, and I'll promise you, you're not going to change them. I didn't always wear my hard hat and chaps. So the majority of these trees today have been pretty awful. There's no other way to put it. Now this one here, it's not even worth taking out. The whole thing's bad. We were going to try to salvage something out of it, but there's just not enough material in it. As you can see, because right there in this prong, it's still going bad. Now what I am going to show you real quick is I'm just going to throw this log in kind of a brush pile here. It'll make some real good wildlife habitat. Some kind of critters will want to live in that thing, take shelter. But what I'll show you So this is the stump right here. See all that dirt that was up in it? Just all dirt up in that tree. That's... I don't know why it's like that. I can't explain it. But that... I guess that's just part of that tree over time. Just decomposed down to that, maybe? I wouldn't think there'd be an animal that would pack that stuff in there. Let's find a good place to set this over here. Set it right over here on the bank. We'll put the big end facing south. That way, at least whatever lives in it's out of the wind. A little more wildlife habitat right here in this log. Squirrel hole in it, what we call a squirrel hole. We're just going to put it up here in this fence row out of the field. And I'm sure mice, rats probably take up home in it. We're going to keep that down to the ground a little bit for them. Oh, there's one on the top side, so at least they've got a front door and a back door. Decent butts in there, but overall, you can't see because of the boom here. Let's raise that boom up. But overall, there's some pretty ornery logs in there. But I'd still rather cut bad walnut as good oak. Looks good in the camera. Well, luckily the rain's kind of holding off right now for us. They say it's just north of here and west of here both. Ground's just a little tacky in places, not too bad. We're gonna pull in here to where we were yesterday. We're gonna sort these logs out. Of course, I had to say something, now I'm spinning. She might be more than a little tacky here. We'll go ahead and push some buttons and stuff. Put her in twin screw. Yeah, just a little tacky. Dad's gonna get those last few logs marked up. He'll buck them. Then I'm gonna work on getting these things laid out if I can find a good place to park out here. Pour the coal to her a little bit. Park on this high ground. That should be sufficient. Pieces here. When we started this morning, we had a quarter of a tank of DEF. We are out of DEF. Completely out of DEF. So what'll happen when I shut the machine off and turn it back on, it'll be in like a limp mode, much like the diesel trucks are, like my 550. So before we do any more work, we're going to have some more DEF. Which is the biggest nonsense there ever was. Just another way for them to get in your pocket. Well, that's probably it for today, guys. We're gonna head in. We were gonna move over to the next little batch of walnut, but Dad says we need to get a key from the gate from the landowner, so we can't really drop the skid steer off yet. I think we're just gonna use it to log over there because it's mainly it's open pasture. Be a little more low impact using the skid steer. Getting them, we can pile the brush as well. So, like I said, pretty good layout. Happy with those. Need to get a few of these end pieces out of the field, which we'll do that before it's all said and done. But it's a little after lunchtime, so I'm going to go meet Dad, and we're going to have a little lunch. And then, I don't know about tomorrow. Everything, like I said, is up in the air. It's just day by day right now, which that's pretty common for this time of year with the weather. We just got to work when we can and take advantage of every good day we can get, because sometimes we don't get too many of them. Guys, thank you so much. It means the world. It really does. We'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, if you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for all of our latest videos.